Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Indie on the Rocks series, where I sit back and relax with a nice drink in hand and take a look at an interesting indie game that I found online recently. And for today's episode, we are having a gander at GearCity, which you can probably tell from the screen here, and it is being made by Visual Entertainment and Technologies, and I'm kind of surprised I missed this. It looks like an interesting game. It's been on Steam Early Access for a couple of months now, and it's been in development on an open beta on IndieDB for quite some time. And I've just completely overlooked it somehow. I don't know why, but it seems like an interesting game. And like I said, it is on Steam Early Access currently for $12, I believe, on sale if you would like to support it, if you like what you see here. But you also still have available the open beta, so if you want to give it a try first, like this is what I'm going to be playing today, is the open beta of the game, which you can download for free, give it a try, see if you like it, and if you do, you know, support them on early access. They seem to be making some regular updates to the game from it, so they are continuing development at a pretty brisk pace. And, yeah, it's looking like a cool game. But the basic point of GearCity is it is a sort of strategy sim game where you create a car company, and you take that car company from obscurity startup with only like one car that's crappy and make it into a powerhouse like Ford, or name some other random car company. I gotta admit, I really don't know a lot about cars. I like them, but I don't know a lot about them. So yeah, you start a car company, and you design the cars, you start marketing campaigns, you build factories, start assembly lines, even work with branch dealerships, and it's pretty cool. You work with pretty much every detail of the car company from start to finish, and it works on a turn-based system, and every turn is a month, I believe, and the game runs for 120 years, from 1900 to, well, I guess 2020. And yeah, it's quite cool. Now, I've already run through the tutorial on this, so I can kind of basically figure out what's going on. It's actually pretty complex, but also kind of easy to get started with. It's complex, but not too complex that it isn't completely unfriendly, and they've even got some systems in here which are really nice, that if you are finding it a bit overwhelming, there are easier ways to do it, but if you like the overwhelming insanity, they have advanced options that you can go into. But before we start with that, let's of course look at settings like we do on all of these IOTR videos, and it's got a nice little settings menu. You can switch between OpenGL or DirectX, you can switch your resolution, anti-aliasing, get yourself some of that, full screen or not, your mouse sensitivity, map sensitivity, volume, language, shadows, and shader system, which are interesting. I wish there was a few more options on here, because when you actually design the cars, it's actually really cool, because you actually design the cars and like shape the bodies. It's actually a really fun system to play with. I was sitting there for a half hour just making some crappy 1900s year car. I'm like, oh my god, yay, let's move this around. So I wish there were some more graphic options in the car designer, because honestly the textures are a little low res for that. Hopefully that will increase in the future, but this is what you got right now. It's a small setting system, but it's sufficient for the time being for an early access game, and I like how they let you switch between DirectX and OpenGL. I actually prefer OpenGL, so we'll stick with that. And you can, if you want, like I was just talking about the car designer, if you want, you can just make cars in here and just play around with that. But we're actually going to show you the car designer in an actual game. Now I'm just going to start up a new one, and let's call this Kottabos Cars. And right now, in early access and in this sort of open beta, you only have the starting year of 1900. And then you can select your difficulty setting here and go into advanced, which is cool. So you can start with no starting factory if you want to make it harder for yourself. No wars, because yeah, here's a fun thing. Between this and no major economic fluctuations, the game is actually built with historical economic data and population data so that can affect your car sales. You select what city you build the factories in, where your branches, where you're selling the cars are in, and historical wars and economic data that we know about will affect that. So like you start in 1900, so you're not too far away from World War I, which is definitely going to affect your sales of cars. And same with like once you hit the Great Depression after that, that economic fluctuation's gonna be bad. And it's really cool that it has that built into the game. I like it, though of course since it is historical data, you know, if you know your history, you'll have a little bit of an edge with things. But let's actually just leave everything default, and I'm gonna make it easy because I'm still learning this game, and like I said, it is kind of complex. So let's just continue. And now you come into this map screen, which you can scroll around in kind of jankily. I mean, you use the arrow keys to move around or just going to the edge of the screen. But as you can see, it's kind of jarring. Like, I'll go to the edge of the screen, it'll go for a bit, and, oh, actually, it's kind of, oh, there it goes, it stopped there. So I haven't moved from the edge, but it stopped, so you gotta kind of redo it every now and then. And same if you use the arrow keys, it'll eventually stop or slow down, and you kind of gotta double tap it. It's a little strange, but on this world map, all the dots are cities where you can start the game in, and it shows historical data from 1900. You know, currently Georgetown, United Kingdom. There's the population, the per capita, projected growth for that area. It'll even have infrastructure, manufacturing capacity, manufacturing growth, so how quickly that area is growing. The resources available, fuel prices, labor skill, average labor wage, which of course affects how much you're paying people, and of course status, which involves with wars. So if it's stable, they're probably not going to be in any wars, and there's varying degrees of stability. And then of course your corporate tax rate, and you just sort of shop around, going from major city to major city, looking for things and try and find the best fit. I actually, when I was playing around, I selected Jacksonville earlier. It seemed to do pretty well, except for the manufacturing growth. But let's actually, you know what? Let's make a let's make a car company up here in Reykjavik. Even though its infrastructure apparently in the year 1900 not too great. Same with its manufacturing capacity. Never mind. Let's not go there. Let's go to Brussels. Yes, Brussels. I love Brussels. It's just such a beautiful city. But yeah, let's go there. It's got pretty decent stats, and right now it's stable. But of course, in not too long, world wars will start breaking out. But what the hell? Let's start in Brussels, Belgium. And now we get to name our company. So, Kottabos Cars. Oh, no, that's crap. That's my name. Then the next one is company named. There we are. Kottabos Cars. And then you get to select your logo from just a short list of things. You can go with America, and, you know, we're in Brussels, so that'd be a little weird. So let's go with this nice little diamond with the 3 bars down the middle. And then you have your AI settings here, which basically are, well, as it says, our complex AI system requires a great amount of processing power for quicker turn times. We recommend a small number of AI competitors. And that's what this selects. It's the number of AI competitors. And again, it's historical data. So the 10 largest, so it'll take the 10 largest manufacturers from the period that you start in and pit them against you, or the 25 largest, or random 50, 100, 200, or all of them. Which, unless you have a very good CPU, maybe don't go with all. Let's go with random 50. It'll be between big companies, small companies, and everywhere in between, so that could be interesting. And continue. And now we are in our office. And as you can see, we have a selection of things we can click. And that's the vast majority of your interfaces in this game. It is not a very graphically impressive game. It's a business simulator, basically. The clock here, as you can see, is used to end your turn. It says up at the top up here. End your turn, and when you click it, you can select how many months for it to simulate. And it, of course, simulates everything of all the other companies going on and everything else happening in the world. And let's close that for now, though. Here, if you go to the gramophone, you can change the song, adjust volume. This door takes you to research and development, the race teams, which you can sponsor to try and get the company name out there. and even the showroom where you can go and take a look at the cars that you've designed throughout the history of your company. These shelves, I guess, over here are your main menu, exit, all of that sort of stuff. Then on your desk, we have memos. So this is all the sort of company memos that'll pop up, and you can sort of filter them out with all these options up here, take away contracts or, you know, advice, etc. And of course, delete all, open them to read more information. And then we have the sales book, which is, it's your sales. It's all of your information on how many cars you've sold, how much money you've made, how much you've lost, etc. Very important thing for any business simulator. We then have this phone, which lets you call human resources and go talk with Union Head to, you know, make sure you're keeping down your employees, I guess, and making sure you don't pay them as much as they deserve. And, of course, lobbyists, so you can, you know, bribe your politicians, and contractors, so you can, you know, contract out different bits of your company. Then we also have, let's close this here, the computer, and this is, of course, a start in 1900, so it's not really a computer, and this is basically your advanced sort of management of the company. It's as it says up at the top there, a mega menu. You can see all your information, modify different parts of it. You can add branches to your company and just assign production lines, marketing. You can do it all from in here. Now, all of these you can do in different areas individually, but this is sort of an easier all-in-one that just gets out the main points. You can get into more detail in individual areas. Like for the factories and branches, you can actually go to the map and specifically go to a city, see all of its information, and mess around with the stuff there, or you can just quickly change the key parts in here. And of course that map, like I said, comes back to this globe here, which you select, and it'll take you to the map screen, which once again, you have all the cities you can select from. And if we wanted, we could open up a factory here, or a deal with dealership branches, marketing, competition, all that sort of stuff. So let's, oh no, return, office. That's the button I want. And finally, oh, actually two last things. We have the world news, which shows you the important things going on in the world, which of course, this is the first turn, so nothing's happened yet. But if any wars break out, or if there's any social strife that might affect your car sales, it's going to be in here. And last but certainly not least is the financials. We have a gun. I don't know what the gun is for. It didn't say in the, oh, that's unnerving. There's a teddy bear. Your favorite teddy. You love that stuffed bear. Of course, we can go here and deal with stocks, so we can make our company public, I guess, if we want to make it traded publicly, our various holdings, so a whole stock market system. And of course, in the bank, we can deposit money, so we're not just holding on to it, because down here, you can see we've got cash, banked, and stock price. So right now, we just have literally $4 million on hand and 0 in the bank. We can, of course, deposit it here, withdraw money. We can even take out loans or pay back loans, etc. from in here. I want to know what the gun's for. I don't know. Maybe it's you've taken too much. You just can't deal with the company anymore, and it's your way out. It might be important during the Great Depression. Who knows? But back to the office. In a slightly less depressing bit. So to get started, of course, you have to make a car. That is an important thing for a car company, and to do that, we have to go to the R&D department. And in here, this is where you'll build your cars. And it's a little bit more complicated than just building a car. For instance, to build a vehicle, we have to first design a chassis, an engine, and a gearbox, and then make a vehicle out of those. And here's where some of the complexities come in, and also that easy system that I was telling you about early on in the video. Like if we go to chassis, we have two options here. Either go into advanced, where you can play around with every single detail of your chassis to your liking, or go into assisted mode, which is a more user-friendly version where the computer takes care of most of the fine details. So we're just going to go into assisted, because I'll be honest, I don't understand half the crap that's in advanced. Well, we'll jump into there real quick. So yeah, in here you can select your frame, a carriage, etc., the drivetrain, your suspension, whichever you want to do with that, and name your chassis, of course. And it's just you view the chassis and deal with all sorts of other bits and bobs in here. And I'm gonna close out of this because, like I said, I don't understand that stuff. So chassis. Assisted, and this is much easier. You'd basically look at your target vehicle that you want to make. So we're going to make a coupe, and we're going to want it, actually that size is good. The wheelbase will be 96 inches or 2,440 millimeters. The frame weight, blah, 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 blah. Max engine size, this is important. Pay attention to the engine size, because if you make an engine that's too big to fit in your car, you can't put it in your car. So this is how complex the game gets. You actually have to make the engine or the chassis big enough to then fit your engine into said chassis. And it's just kind of goes a little bit weird from there. So we need to remember that 27 inches, and we'll make it complex, or a little bit more complex than simple. But even though it's complex, we want it to be a little bit cheaper. And as you can see over here, when I move these sliders, the ratings, these are the estimated ratings for this chassis, and they change depending on these sliders. So if we don't want it as cheap, you can see the all the different ratings going up. So let's actually put it about to here. I think that's good. You can change the name if you want, but meh, I don't really care. We just need to remember this number, 26 inches. So design it. And then next, of course, we need to go and design an engine. Once more, we go to assisted because I don't understand the other things. And here we go. So we did a coupe, is what we're working with. And we had 26 or 27 inches? Well, let's make it just shy of that. So we'll bring up the, see, there we go. We got a warning. This engine will not fit in our car. So there we go. Because that bottom one went up to 29. So this will fit 16 by 23. Excellent. And do you want fuel efficiency or power? And as you can see, all of these things over here just kind of went all haywire. Let's go a little bit in here-ish. There we go. And make it a bit pricier. Well, yeah, we'll bring it like up to there. Excellent. Build. And then finally, we need to design a gearbox. Once again, assisted, because I don't understand the other things, and this one's really easy. You literally just select how cheap or expensive it is. It's simple as that. So again, we need the target vehicle to be a coupe, and we'll bring it up a bit to about here for the unit pricing. We'll leave the name as is, and you can see here the estimated cost and the design project cost, which I didn't mention in the other windows, but you had all of that in there as well. And yeah, we'll design that. So, research takes time. That is an unavoidable truth. So, we need to go back to the office. And I actually should have checked. There should have been... Oh, I wonder if I can view that after the fact. So the chassis, there's supposed to be an estimated research time, 4 months. So for the engine, 4 months, and 5 months for the gearbox. Oh, so what we need to do is head back to the office. And since overall it's going to take 5 months, let's change that to, oh god, no, not 8. I'm trying to hit my keyboard without looking. There we go, 5 months, and it will now simulate 5 months passing. There we go, bright as day, and you can see we have our memos glowing there to show you that new things have occurred. And this is everything that's been going on. So we have new vehicle models available. All of these things are monthly losses because we're just researching, we're not producing anything. Let's just delete all. And everything should be researched, so let's head to H&R, or not H&R, R&D. H&R is something completely different. And now we can go to a vehicle. Assisted. And, oh yes, it's already on coupe. Lovely. And it should use since we designed our target parts for a coupe, it should automatically grab them, so we shouldn't really have much of an issue with that. So then we just, for the design of the coupe, we're going to make the design complexity... Actually, you know what? We're going to keep it, bring it up a little bit, because apparently complexity determines your safety. We'll bring it up to there. Design style, we'll bring that up to there too, and unit pricing, we'll bring that up. Really, unit pricing increases safety, and that increases everything, it would appear. Oh my, there we go. We'll bring it to that, and it'll be the car model 878. I'm just going to leave that default. Who cares? And here is where my favorite part comes in. Design the body. Bam. And we need to select our base model. So, let's do the type 98. There we go. So that's the base model. Actually, what's the Reno look like? No, let's go with the type 90. Or was that? Oh, that's 96, not 98. Okay, and now we can select that one and play around with it and modify an existing body that you've worked with previously. I believe that's what that's for. Return to the design panel. Oh no, here. Load vehicle is where you can load a vehicle you have previously designed. So let's just select this one, though, and mess around with this. And this is our auto shop where we are going to mess around with this baby. Let's paint it first. That color is just ugly. Let's make it a nice sort of gray. Now it's kind of... There we go. You click, hold, and drag onto the body, and you can select the just overall paint, the glass, leather and plastics, metals, etc. So you can sort of paint different aspects of it. But for right now, since it's just a basic car, it's just all one color. But it works. It works. And so the body designer, again, you can select the different parts of the car and mess with it. So the complete height, we can bring that baby up or bring it down, where we'll make a low rider for the 1900s. The steering wheel, there you go, we can move around the location of that. Let's put it, I want it dead center for no particular reason whatsoever. There we go. You can add a side step onto it, so we can pop that on it. As you can see, that bit there, it extends for an extra little side step into the car. Excellent. A windbreaker, which currently we have none, so... Oh, I guess it's just a tiny little lip. But yeah, let's bring that baby all the way up. The body frame, what is this going to do for it? Ah, it like extends that bit. That's alright. And then the seat. No, we want a bigger seat. There we go. Ooh, make it curved. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice curved backing to it. Excellent, excellent, lovely. And now let's just go to the front parts. So the hood, complete hood, we can make that baby bigger. There we go, make it longer. Excellent. Minimal, what is that? Oh dear lord. Oh my god, we can make it that thin. No, let's bring it right to here. The grill, what did that do? We can mess around with the lighting, make it, I guess, brighter? I'm not entirely sure what these do. They are adjusting things. Okay, that's better lighting there. So the grill. Ah, so we can recess the grill inwards. Let's pop that all the way down. And I think grill 2 is the side. Oh, no, that's also that front part there. You can see it moving in there. And we'll make it slanted. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice and aerodynamic. And add a bit of flair with the fenders. Oh my god, no. Well, let's keep the fenders nice and thin. Perfect. And go to the rear again with the fender and make it nice and thin. The bumper, so that like pop that thing out in the back. And the trunk. No, we don't want that long. Oh yes, there we go. Make it nice and tall. There we are. Got to keep a lot of junk in that trunk, so it's all good. And there we go. The basic design of the body. Then you can add all of the bits and bobs onto there. So we can add the axis, or axles rather. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said axis. I'm thinking about those world wars coming. Yeah, it's a little finicky. Oops, unboss those parts, blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to grab and bring it on, but it's, oh no, I have click placement on right now, so never mind. Click there. Ah, excellent. There we are, and we can mirror it so it's on the other side. And let's not make it wide. Let's make it nice and narrow, and there we go. You can also move it up and down, and you can also use these keys over here to sort of rotate it and even flip it around and all sorts of little minor things. But let's clone and move that to the, whoops, click and, oh god, there we go. Yeah, move, you fool. Like I said, the controls are a little finicky, but when they work, they're all right. Okay, there we are. We've got those axles going. Good. So if we can finish with that, so we can get on the tires. Oh, yes, click placement again. And it's not wanting to click. There we go. Excellent. Oh my, they're outside of the fender. I can live with that. Finished. Oh no, we need to add tires to the back too, don't we? There we go. Look at that beautiful car where the tires are outside of the fenders. That is hideous. And yeah, you can also add on door handles, headlights, mirrors, tail lights, all those sorts of things, and adjust their size, their shape, their angle, everything you want, really. Let's actually go back to the paint, because I forgot that there's the leather and plastics. Let's make... There we go. Excellent. Love it. There's our crappy little car. We are finished. There we go, and save the vehicle as the Kottabos 1. There we go. We can save that and click design. Now, if we go to view, how long will that car take to design? Oh God, where'd the date go? It was over here last time. Huh. Interesting. Well, we'll just make a couple of, oh, wait, no, I saw it. Hold on, go back. Okay, so in the previous ones, it was over here, but it looks like it'll be available in 5 months. Okay, so back to the office. This is going to be a long video. Oh, dear God. And we will wait for another, oh, nope, that's 7. Again, trying to hit keys without looking, with my microphone in the way. There we go, and that should be research complete. Excellent. Delete all, go back. And actually, I don't know why I went to R&D, because we have the car now. So let's go to the map and click on our city. And now we can open up the factory. And here you can view the details on your factory, resize it by making it larger so you have more assembly lines, close the factory and sell it off if you don't need any more, retool to upgrade all the tools, and of course production is what we need. So we want, you can filter by all your vehicles in here by type and model, but we only have one car. And let's put it on all 5 production lines. And I want it in not quite all quality, I'm rather for quantity. So let's go with like 170 employees. You can see as you increase the quality or quantity, you get more employees, and it'll build 46 vehicles a month, and we can assign them. So there we go. We should now have that working. And if we're back on the city screen, we can do marketing, go into competition, see our competitions, and the branches, which is what I'm interested in now here. So we need to go to distribution and add this car to the distribution chain, and it'll set a suggested price. You can modify this to whatever you want, and there we go. We'll add that in there, and that will start selling our cars. And that's basically how the game works. You research things, build a car, and then get it out to the factory to be built, and then get it out to the branches for distribution, and they'll start selling them. And like I said, you know, you can build factories anywhere in the world. Just look for a good place, build a factory, deal with branches there, because like right now we're only selling our car in Brussels. If you want to sell the cars here in Amsterdam, you're gonna have to deal with the branches there, and you'll have to market there and just all sorts of things. And like as time goes on, you'll expand out your company, hopefully do more, of course do marketing here. So let's do a newspaper ad, our budget amount of $60, and apply that. And of course this is 1900, so that's a lot of money. So we'll be advertising in newspapers for our brand, and then we'll also advertise the car. We'll apply that as well. And yeah, you market, try to sell more cars, grow your company even larger, and deal with the changes and the economic tides, etc. And it's fun. I really like it, and there's a lot to the game already. Like I said, 120 years. According to what I'm reading on my other screen, there's 274 cities. all with that historical, economic, and population data. 300 companies that are inspired by real companies, 29 different types of vehicles, 200 moddable vehicles, 56 vehicle accessories, all sorts of historic events, dynamic consumer-based stuff, and just all sorts of things. The list goes on and on. It's a really cool game. If you're into complex business simulators, this is the thing for you. But even if you're not and you just like cars, it's fun. I'm really enjoying my time with this game, and I hope you guys go and try it out if you'd like to. You can follow the link into the description to their Steam page and also their IndieDB page, so you can check out the open beta, that was what I'm currently playing. And yeah, I hope you do go check it out. If you like it, go support them on Steam, and yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you come back for the next with whatever fun indie game we will play. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends, and as always, have a good one.